Julian Edelman joining me now on the Rich Eisen Show. Thanks for joining me, Julian.
How you doing, guys? Thanks for having me.
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. So what is the mindset of the team right now, Julian, heading into Buffalo?
Mindset of the team is, focused. It's a divisional game, a road game. We've already lost on the road against a division opponent, and now we got to go out here and then we got to take this week of practice and then try to really take advantage of it to get better mentally and physically, and go out on the road and try to get a win, especially against a good team.
It seemed to most that the win on Monday night on Sunday night against Cincinnati, that Brady was taking all of the conversation about him personally, and that he came out in a way that we just haven't seen in a while in terms of his play. I mean, he's always got that fire. What was it like from your perspective, Julian?
You hear all that stuff, and that's all pretty much noise around here. I've been around Tom for 6 years now, and he seems to always be on the same page of how he can, prepares and comes out for games every week. So, he's a competitive, feisty guy that works his tail off, and I think he just took the same approach. And that's what he's going to be doing.
What about you and him having the same approach as guys who were not drafted till much later than perhaps they had hoped? That Brady has always said that 6th round draft status stokes the fire within him. What about you, Julian?
During the year, you're really just focused on the week-to-week activity of your opponent and the games coming in. But when you're training and when you're in the off season, that stuff definitely is definitely in the back of your mind, and it kind of fuels you for how you're going to train or how you're going to work, and it always reminds you of you weren't that good. So that's all in the off season, but during the season you're more worried about it. Just the teams you're playing. I mean, the week goes by so fast. You're in such a routine. Wednesday, Thursday, you're installing. Friday, is mental. You just kind of have this routine, and you really don't have time to think about that. You're really thinking about, McKelvin, Gilmore, Robbie, and, the secondary of the Buffalo Bills.
What are you thinking of those guys? Yeah, what are you seeing right now on film, and something that you are preparing for on Sunday, Julian?
Well, I mean, their team leads the league in sacks, so that could be due to a really good defensive line, and that could be due to good coverage. So we're going to have to be prepared to beat what we have to see out there, and they're going to play fundamentally sound football. They're going to get after the pass rusher. They're going to try to lock you down in the secondary. The best thing that we can do is, as a receiver, is try to get open and catch the ball.
Well, Julian, I don't know if it's filtered out to you in New England. It probably hasn't. So I'll tell you now. I have a 3.5-year-old son named Cooper. My older son too. But they wear number 11, Julian. And they do it because of you. They do it because to the point where my son points to anybody wearing number 11. Doesn't matter. It could be in basketball. And he says, "There's Julian Edelman." Do you think that could have something to do with your play this year, Julian?
I don't know, but that's awesome.
Yes.
You could tell your sons that I've always been a Rich Eisen fan, so
I'll take it. Yes, right.
I've
Julian,
watched you in your career growing up, and when you were on other networks and doing this and doing that, and now you're doing this. So that's awesome, and that's like an honor almost. It's an honoring thing to hear that when little kids are wearing your jersey and saying it to you. I mean, it's pretty surreal, actually.
Yeah, man. I mean, they watch you catch touchdowns. They watch anybody catch a touchdown wearing number 11. They watch anybody wearing number 11 shoot a free throw or swing a baseball bat, and they're like, that's Julian. They're like, that's Julian Edelman right there. So
I think
so. Take that as the wind beneath your wings, sir.
I'm gonna. Hopefully, they got me on fantasy team so I can try to go and get them some points or something.
I will try to do that for him. But Julian, listen, I appreciate you taking the time out of your schedule to join us on this show, and I'd like to have this as a regular thing. Certainly, my sons would definitely like that too.
We'll try to make that happen. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
You bet. You bet. That's Julian Edelman joining me here. You bet. You bet. That's Julian Edelman joining me here prior to the Patriots taking on the Buffalo Bills.